Ladies and gentlemen, I know when you clicked on this, you saw, part 1. What does that mean? Well, this is the world-famous Tommy two-parter. So you're getting part 1 now, and you're going to get part 2 tomorrow. So just thought I'd let you guys know.
Welcome to the Middle Class Cast.
Yeah, this is episode 3 of 37. We're going to end it at episode 37. Then we're going to start our next, it'll be phase 2 of the podcast. We're going to call that the multiverse saga.
Jesus.
And that's where we're going to get different forms of ourselves from different years. We're just going to take excerpts from those and we're going to put those in a podcast. It'll be very carefully constructed.
Gonna start at episode 49.
It'll make tons of sense, trust me. But
So it'd be like the 2 sentences I say is W. Tooster, then some Ian on the Street clips, then regular me all talking to each other.
And then from Slim Jim Game's old YouTube videos.
Oh, Jesus.
You can send me the enlisted stuff and the private stuff. We'll put that in there.
That'd be
like a 47-minute podcast.
That would be an absolute cluster. I would kind of want to do that just to see if we can make it funny.
You arguing with like 4 versions of yourself.
Except we have so little material to actually work with. You'd have to like sentence mix.
We'll just like email someone, hey, can you AI generate 3 of us? And they'll be like, no. And we'll just fucking, all right.
I think it'd be funny.
It would be funny. AI generated podcast. Has anyone done that before?
I don't know.
It's just a bunch of AI learning computers from online, and they just shove their inputs into each other.
Yeah, there you go.
So you just have like 5 computers just talking to each other with those programs running.
Like when you get Siri and the Google Assistant to talk at each other, like, what are you looking for? What are you looking for? I don't know. And then they just like go on about whatever's happening in Saudi Arabia. Something random.
I wonder if you leave it on long enough, if it's gonna like actually become sentient. I wonder if how long they've left those on for.
Speaking of, did you hear about that guy at Google who like saw that the AI program was starting to show some levels of sentience, and then he was immediately fired after he started talking about it? That's not suspicious at all.
That's literally some comic book shit.
Yeah.
And did you hear?
It's literally, you're just making Ultron.
He was literally saying like, "Hey, this is starting to like show some levels of self-awareness and sentience," and he was immediately fired. Like that is an instant red flag for me.
And then they just killed off the code.
I don't know.
This might be outdated, but
Tommy, have it like.
Did you? Yeah.
This
may be outdated, but did you hear that these military robots from Japan attacked and killed the people who created them? And
Gundams?
That was real?
They started trying to download to improve themselves.
The fuck? That was a real thing?
Apparently, yeah.
Literally,
I thought that was literally like. I thought that was a movie or
That's
something.
Crazy. How many people did they kill?
It was somewhere around like 12 to 20 people.
Oh boy.
That's unironically terrifying. Jesus.
Anyways, we got Tommy here.
Yeah.
We got Ian here.
Hey.
We got Joey here. That's me here. Hey y'all, Scott here. Hey y'all, Ian here. Hey y'all, Stuart Little here. You're a little rat friend in the studio right now, just crawling around the video games.
We're watching a little gameplay of Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah, this guy's
2.
really good. Keep it up, sport.
Playing a Hothead Hop with
Squitter.
We got. Oh shit. We got.
Oh, we're good. Hopefully that got in.
He just hit a bunch of keys on his keyboard, and
yeah,
now,
I smacked the mic stand on it like 8 keys.
So I burped. He farted. You know, we hit the criteria.
We hit
for
all
this
the bases
episode.
so far. Not even 5 minutes in.
We're probably we probably got reverb on now. You know?
No, we don't have reverb on.
No reverb. We're
echo.
good.
We should just have the audio pan left for the entire podcast, and then people will be like, "Wow, my headphones don't work." No.
Then we put the.
Too bad if you're deaf in your left ear.
And then we put the realistic door knock in the right ear just to scare the shit out of somebody.
Yeah.
A distant FBI open up scream.
Oh. Who is that? And then yeah, we'll have the sound.
I don't know.
Who's there?
Knock knock.
Who there?
Me.
So back to AI. I saw that tweet going around where this guy's like, AI art takes a lot of effort. And then you see the pictures of the tags that he puts in. And, well, there are 2 funny parts of this. One of the tags that he put in for that was like made by somebody. I forgot the name. But he literally put in the name of an artist to rip off in his tags for generating AI art, which is funny in and of itself. But it is literally just dragging sliders and hitting a button until it comes out right. That does not take skill or effort. And yet all these places are trying to steal people's art and use it as the basis to fuel their AI to get better and better.
Sounds like what you did in our Scriblio games when you would like pull up that AI program.
Okay, I did that twice.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Yeah, and you still
Absolute
lost.
cheater.
I still lost.
Yeah, because it takes a year and a half because it's going line by line creating an image. It's like dot matrix.
Using only the Scriblio color
Yeah, you only have
palette.
90 seconds. It's gonna take 40. It's gonna take 80 for it to finally come in.
Still kind of cool though.
It is cool, but it's like I don't even know.
'Cause I wanted to try it just for the sake of trying it. But I think this is different because people are like literally having computers generate quote unquote original art for them.
I mean, AI art isn't going to be original art, just like how humans take inspiration from each other. I mean,
That's
not
true.
entirely
That-
different. It's just more blatant. I guess cheating.
I still think AI art is not true art by any sense of the word because it takes no effort.
I guess really
The effort's in the coding.
I guess
Being able to replicate.
Yeah, but all
stuff.
these people, all these schmucks who just go on, type some words, adjust a couple sliders, and pass off that work as their own.
Well, it's just the role of a curator.
there's
I guess
there's
but-
a thing for you. Is art really art if there's no emotion behind it?
true.
Well, I mean, AI could probably take emotions from people and kind of emulate those feelings in something. Like, imagine if AI made a movie and it like invoked like a feeling like you've never felt. Like they literally like tapped into my brain and like opened up like a new chemical.
That sounds incredibly terrifying.
Yeah, but like that's the thing. Like, imagine the potential that AI.
We're
would
not
have.
even. I don't think we're even close to that.
Oh,
no.
Maybe
No.
in like 25, 30 years, we could even kind of get similar to like
Well,
AI generated like cartoons or like.
The thing we
movies.
don't know is
There's already an AI rapper who got signed to Capitol Records a few weeks ago.
Was that the same guy who was shut down because all of his lines were ghost written by a white guy?
I have no idea. I don't know if it's that same guy, but
I'm
I
not-
know that there was someone who actually has a record,
I'm gonna look
a
this
record
up
deal,
quick.
an AI generated rapper. So it's getting closer, but it's far from what it
Yeah, but
potentially
like,
could
can
be.
AI actually be sad unless they have sentience?
True.
Like it's like the AI itself, not the art it's producing.
Yeah, because like it can whatever they're generating can evoke emotion in us, but is the AI actually feeling emotion unless it's sentient?
Oh, they probably could. They already are working on sex robots that don't want to have sex with you. Like they're gonna have that
Oh.
emotion programmed in.
Okay.
Fucking robots.
I found it here. Excuse me. Capitol Records drops offensive AI rapper FN Mecca after outcry over racial stereotyping.
FN Mecca.
He was shown being beaten by police and using the N-word. The lyrics were and music were developed by AI, but performed by an actual anonymous person. So, yeah. So after they signed him, about 10 days later, they dropped him.
Yeah, but still, I mean, you're getting closer and closer. It was in the wrong hands at that point. It's just like
Yeah.
it can't like I mean AI art, like all the dolly things, like
Like, those are funny.
I knew people were gonna eat that shit up because you can just put anything and it'll be funny.
Yeah, those are funny, especially when they get, like, distorted. But now that we're at the point that people are using them to create their own pieces, like, let me put it this way. The guy who used AI art to win a local art contest, that's scummy. That's kind of low.
Compared to like actually painting on a
Canvas.
canvas, sorry.
Yeah.
Versus just
To
like,
actually, like, do it
basically
instead of
crunching
just, like,
numbers and putting in text. I guess it's a different type of skill. I guess it's the difference between knowing what you like and knowing what people are gonna like. Because like most artists aren't really like creating for others. Sometimes it's mostly just like, here's something that I want to make that would look cool, or it touches me in some sort of way. And it might not touch you the same way, but to them it's like the best thing they made. AI, you'd be like, oh, is this funny? Is this cool? Like put that text in. It's a different, I guess, outlook on the art you're making, I guess.
I guess. And it's like,
I mean, obviously, I prefer like when a human makes a thing, but like
Yeah.
AI can make funny stuff. There's good and bad things, just like anything else with it. I think.
so,
I don't know how far in the future we'll get. I guess it depends on demand. But with the Dolly thing being very popular, and it still is to an extent,
yeah.
who knows how far it can go after that.
Of course, and then the digital art space on, places like Twitter and things like Clip Studio Paint and all this stuff, like people are
UberDuck. That's a big one. AI voices.
Now that's a different ball game, but to
basically taking data from famous people who have talked over the years.
Before we get back to that, well, I'll get back. We'll get back to that. But what I want to say about that is about the art thing. One more bit is that people are using AI generated art in asset stores like Clip Studio, and they're taking other people's art, using it to create AI engines, generating fake art based on those engines, and then turning around and selling that in asset stores. And I'm like, there's got to be like a good amount of illegality to that. That's copyright infringement.
It's still
if you ask
pretty
me.
new. I mean, they just figured out, we should probably tax people for crypto
stuff.
They literally just figured that out, and that's been around for well over a decade. So again, it's just a matter of time. I'm sure over time, a lot of like AI art, and just like how there's copyright.
Yeah,
I'm sure that'll eventually take an effect in the next 5 to 10 years.
Of course, the copyright system is still fundamentally broken and lobbied by Disney and God knows what else. Mickey Mouse was supposed to be in the public domain long ago, but they've just single-handedly kept a stranglehold on the copyright market.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh just went public like last year.
And it's only for the A.A. Milne original version, without any of Disney's changes.
He has no T-shirt.
He has no shirt.
The naked Pooh. You get to use the naked Pooh in your horror movie.
Can't believe that's like an actual.
I knew someone was gonna make some demented like version. That's
the first thing that somebody would think of, really.
It's funny though.
And then I don't know why, just thinking of cheesy horror movies, I was just thinking of Willy's Wonderland with Nick Cage.
Dude, we gotta watch Jeepers Creepers. Seen those?
No.
I haven't either. I know there's like, I think 3 of them maybe or something like that. I could be wrong. I don't know if they still make them, but they're older like cheesy horror movies. I think there's like I'm thinking of Leprechaun with the scary Leprechaun. Isn't that just called the Leprechaun?
I think it's just called Leprechaun.
Leprechaun 1, then there's Leprechaun 2, the Leprechauning.
I don't think that's the name of the movie.
Leprechaunageddon, that's the 3rd one. Then you have Leprechaun Vengeance.
Under the Rainbow.
Can't forget
yeah.
Can't forget Troll 2. I don't think there's a Troll 1.
Oh yeah.
And
I was thinking of the trolls, like the troll dolls.
Yeah, no. What's funny is that even in the Troll 2, the movie, the town they live in is called Nilbog, which is goblin backwards.
Yeah.
And the movie's about goblins, and yet for some reason they did not call the movie Goblin. They called it Troll 2.
Because Tyler, the creator, wanted to make Goblin. He was like, no, you can't use that. I need to put out Yonkers. Thunderball.
Where are we going with this? Oh, yeah, AI voices. That's where we left off. So...
some of them are really good. All the Kanye West ones and Eminem ones are so good.
Yeah.
That like people have made like actual full-on songs with those. The Drake one is like shitty, but it's also really funny.
Yeah, I mean that's how I forget his name, but that's how he makes all those AI songs like the Good Morning USA and stuff
Tyler
like that.
something, I think his name is. The guy.
Yeah, those are funny.
Those are really good.
And
but it's just like I've tried the Drake one with like memes and shit. It when I did the celebrities' favorite middle class clown videos, a lot of the Drake ones took like 3 tries to get like decent.
Yeah.
Kanye West was like first off the bat, like I was their 14th subscriber. So that was me saying that because you can like add an audio reference.
Oh.
So I could get like that extra attitude with it.
That's cool.
So yeah, you can like add your own audio as like a reference, and then like whatever text you put, it'll try and replicate that the best it can. So that's how you get like someone getting Drake to sing like Family Guy, is that they just play the vocals from that song for an audio reference.
And you have to do some pitch shifting.
Yeah, a lot of them. The Drake one doesn't have that. The Kanye has like pitch correction.
I was gonna say, how did you do that with the Weeknd for that one, for that segment?
Oh, that's just how he talks in default. I didn't change anything.
Okay.
Yeah, he just sings.
Have you seen that one that people put on streams, the Eminem voice one that goes, "You've been in a coma for the last 10 days. Please, your wife and your family miss you. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up."
Yeah, I've used Eminem for a couple of videos.
And Eminem was... what video is that in our Middle Class Clowns Pantheon here? Is that like their 4th video or 3rd?
The 4th video is Eminem. It's when I had my hair dyed blonde all the way and it was shaved. I looked like Eminem back then.
He really, yeah, he did.
I literally just like lip synced like a bunch of random shit in the Eminem AI thing. And then he was in the Middle Class Clowns celebrity favorite video thing. And that's it. Or no. Hey everyone, this is Eminem. Hoping you guys subscribe to Middle Class Clowns. If you don't, I'm gonna write a diss track about you, and you're gonna soil your pants. What's that? That's at the end of.
That was at the end of the Eminem.
Was
video.
it at the end of Eminem?
You know, I'm gonna check. You guys talk amongst yourselves, and I'm gonna look into it here.
Among. Remember that funny little game, the little meme game everyone was playing? Dude, even AOC was playing Among Us. You remember that? Pokemon.
Amorphous?
Amorpheus? Amorphine?
I typed in Eminem middle class because I forgot to add middle class clowns, and it gave me 1 hour of medieval Eminem.
Anything funny, anything epic. That's the thing on this pod. You can kind of talk about whatever. You don't really care.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been here, but I've tuned out a little bit because I don't have anything to really add.
Nothing epic has happened.
Let's talk about Tommy Safari a little bit.
You want to talk about Tommy Safari?
Sure, because it's like our most recent big project.
Sure, we can talk about it.
So I kind of want to ask you guys this because what was I really involved in like the pre-production of Tommy Safari, like how it came to be, or was that you guys' idea? I forgot. I kind of forgot. It's been a while.
I had the idea for Tommy Safari. It wasn't gonna be involved with it was just gonna be like its own self-contained video, and it was gonna be 3 minutes. And then I thought I could probably connect this to something. And then I thought, okay, he's gonna find something that was. It wasn't gonna be Bob. It was gonna be like a fucking whatever. Like literally anything else. And then I thought, oh, I could have it be Bob Brungus, who was in previous Middle Class Clown videos, and it'd be like, oh, cool, that's like continuity. Because my whole idea with this whole channel is like we do skits that are just like kind of off whatever for their own things. But then I kind of want like every once in a while, one of them to be kind of like an event where it's like, oh, you kind of have to watch these other ones.
Yeah.
Follow the continuity.
So what you're saying is you're fishing for views.
Oh, for sure. But it's also like trying to create my own video universe, my own schizo cinematic universe.
Can we say that legally anymore?
You can say schizo.
I thought that's like a derogatory thing now.
Okay, shitso.
Okay, disclaimer: we don't mean this in a derogatory way.
Well,
it's just a
it's
figure
my own
of
little
speech
wacky
that we've grown up with.
World I wanted to make with the video.
Super Mario's Wacky World's unreleased for the Philips CDI there.
But no, Tommy Safari was originally you were just gonna find like a little monkey plushie, and then like it like attacks you. But then I'm like, oh, we could get Bob Brungus in there. He busts out of jail, and I'm like, oh well, I don't know if he can take this guy on alone. He's a fucking robot. So he calls up anyone. I'm like, oh, he can call up literally anybody. But I'm like, oh, damn, we literally have a police department in these videos.
And so that bridged the gap. So Bob Brungus's first off-screen appearance was in Famous Author Book Signing.
He just gets name dropped.
Yeah, which, I mean, in hindsight, kind of doesn't make sense because why would Kyler know this robot?
I don't know.
But Kyler's also Officer Peaches, so I assume he's not the same character.
Kyler and Officer Peaches are different people. They're not an alter ego thing. They are different characters.
Okay, so Kyler knew Bob Brungus. He's like,
he just knew of him. They weren't like.
Then why did he get the book signed for Bob Brungus though?
Well, I mean, like they're friends, but it's like.
Can you sign this book for Bob Brungus?
Yeah, it was just like a name that I thought was funny, and then I get the robot from Disney. Like I actually went to Disney and got it.
Yeah.
I built it and customized it at the Droid Factory thing, or Droid Depot, sorry. And it attacks Michael. It's a criminal. It has a robot has a criminal record. This is the future, and it was
you threw the robot in jail.
Is cashing out in the jungle, or the Wisconsin parks, and Tommy finds him. He's like, oh shit, found this robot. Looks like some future ancient police tech. And he calls up HSPD, and who shows up? Flint Jones.
So that bridges the gap between. Why is he charging $5 to see Winky? Why is he's stuck in the cage?
But anyways, it basically brings the HSPD verse from one video to like 3 branching out and being connected.
So we have Famous Author Book Signing, which is the first appearance or the first reference of Bob Brungus.
Yeah.
Then you had. Joey's trip to Disney was a mistake, where he makes his first on-camera appearance and sets his criminal record into motion. You have W. Tooster, which is the first appearance of the HSPD.
Yep.
And all of those are now...
And Tony Baloney.
And Tony Baloney.
Tommy Safari.
We'll get there when we talk about lore implications a little later in this cast. And then all of that gets weaved together into the current storyline of the HSPD.
Yeah,
so
Tommy Safari is like the weaving of like all these like videos from like way back, just like kind of coming together.
One thing I don't understand is the post credits of W. Tooster where Tony Baloney gets caught again and Mike points the gun at him. We don't see how Tony Baloney ended up escaping after that.
Yeah.
So I presumed he must have gotten out
The
again.
HSPD are dumb.
They're really
That's the whole recurring thing.
True.
They let him get away again.
And so to cover his tracks, he changed his identity and became our friend Mr. Safari.
But at the end, Jones figured it out.
Because he somehow had his tax return in his pocket, which
Yeah. Originally it was going to be a piece of bologna, but we forgot.
we forgot to bring bologna, but we still had the tax returns in our prop bag.
You know,
Mhm.
I said that we could have used a piece of what was it, like just ham or something, because we got Boss subs from the local grocery store, and I said we could just head over to my house and get it.
Maybe a deleted scene. We'll add that in post.
Maybe.
He drops meat instead. I think that video turned out pretty good though.
Yeah.
Despite we had some like technical
The
issues,
technical difficulties,
which really sucked. But
the fact you picked the hottest day of the summer to
dude, we got to add that like dramatic sweat.
Ugh.
That's what it's all about.
So
Yeah, I just had like lots of audio like issues, microphone like cut out and shit. But
yeah, we had to scope, so we had to walk it around, take a whole lap around this park to like scout out good filming locations, and then we had to take another lap around the park to film everything, to film the day shots, and then we had to do another lap at night one of the days to film the trailer.
The trailer, yeah, which is like
the trailer was the original pitch for Tommy Safari
Yeah,
that Tommy came up with.
That was entirely my idea. I just thought that I could play a really deranged safari murderer.
Tommy Safari will probably be back in other stuff, and I don't know if it'll be in the same continuity as HSPD. Maybe not. It would be really fun to just like say screw the timeline and like just do like these what ifs of Tommy Safari.
I still think Tommy Safari Goes to the Arctic would be a good video.
Yeah,
He just stands outside a snowbank. Help!
Help!
Yeah.
Help! It's the Arctic jungles of
There were
southern.
some other characters I wanted him to fight to kind of also bring in continuity. If we were gonna have it continue with Ian on the street, I wanted him to fight Snakeulon Jr.
Snakeulon Jr.
Actually, we could.
We haven't done a street episode in a while. I think
well-
I have an idea for the next one, but it's not going to be for another couple months.
If you're hunting him down now that you know who he is, you could be chasing him down, and Tommy Safari could be just like going on a rampage, killing off all these the
old
earlier
characters.
Yeah.
He like puts the nail in the coffin for like all these characters.
Because we got so many characters from different sketches.
Bob Rungus, this is him getting killed off. Like he's not gonna be in anything.
Yeah.
I wanted Snakeulon Jr. Basically, how I wanted that to play out is after Snakeulon exploded after I launched him, his eggs would have come out, and that's how a Snakeulon Jr. would have been born. Basically, from the grass.
Think about all the other continuity paths that open up because there's multiple eggs. How many hatched?
Dude, it could be like the Koopa's kids, like all 8.
We gotta we gotta buy like 8 snake puppets.
We could just like put like little paint streaks on them, just like
them.
differentiate it.
Maybe.
Varying sizes. We need to find an extremely large one.
We got to get the big skeleton for Halloween this year, like the 8-foot tall or the 12
You better
foot.
buy him now because he's probably
selling
going to sell
out,
out
yeah.
We
again.
got to get a huge, very lightweight trumpet to mount to it.
But it's cool because what's fun about doing these videos too is not only is this like filming and editing is always like the fun part, but just like figuring out where things can go. I kind of write scripts now, but like only for big stuff. And if it's a script, it's like pretty much just like a really long synopsis with just like scene breaks in between.
And you have a couple quotes written down.
Yeah,
but
quotes.
A lot of this stuff is improvised.
I gotta say, I think some of the funnest parts of Tommy Safari for me was playing out the character, not the heat, and and 2 other things.
Yeah, you're really good in that role as like a safari man. I think you play that good.
It was doing the jungle noises. I wish we had so much more time to do those because we were near pissing ourselves doing those.
Well, I think what we want to do in the future, if we can get like 5 of us together, just like make jungle noises for an hour and put that out as a video, just for like someone to use for something that they want to make.
We got to commission ourselves on Fiverr.
Dude,
It'd be
hell yeah,
funny.
that'd be so funny. We could just do something like that. I would love that actually. Just do jungle noises and like. I think we could all do pretty good ones. Like I had the We all had something to offer. Even Murphy, he did.
Oh, the last thing, the special effects. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
There was I worked really hard on this, but it didn't make it in because we couldn't get the background.
We have to do it on a green screen next time we do like shrapnel and stuff.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it was an effect where I just broke up a bunch of pieces of plastic and metal, and we hit a striker to put sparks down.
I know it would have been a really cool effect. I think it was just like matter of
hard to
circumstance.
implement.
We didn't have all the stuff at the time.
The bullet hole was really good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like if anything, like just doing practical effects, like
practical
you're
prop
the guy
work.
for that. Like,
oh, speaking of practical effects,
it's cool because like it's not like perfectly green, so like it looks a little messy. Like a bullet hole wouldn't be like completely clean.
Yeah.
So it looks cool. Like we can see through it. It's like all smoky. I added smoke and like blur to kind of clean it up a bit. And like when he falls over, smoke comes out from it, like the hole, pretty much, like his whole body.
you know what else we You never put the interior bit, so it like was a cone of view, so you never had like the mechanical bits in there. Or
Yeah,
anything?
it's kind of hard to do that if I don't have like a clear path for the robot. It would have just like looked kind of like flat.
Speaking of clear path, the one other hiccup during Tommy Safari was the chase scene.
Yeah, that was
That's
that
honest.
was cut very very short because there was a very frustrating scene where he's on that little
A little
the
path
planks
of wood
in your
planks,
path,
but he
Tommy.
fell over about every 2 seconds.
Yeah, it would have been funny, but like he fell over like 20 times.
Yeah, which is, I think that was probably like the biggest misstep or the biggest. Let me put it this way: more like the biggest weak spot in the video.
That's why I cut it out. The only
Yeah.
thing I left in was him going just on flat concrete because that was like the only clean shot.
I think going back to the last favorite practical effect, the blood spurt.
Oh, yeah, in the trailer.
Oh yeah. It was in the trailer.
The end of that.
I squirted that bottle so.
I got all the
hard.
red off my stuff.
I got all the red off my stuff
Yeah.
to my
Yeah,
knowledge.
I fell into the pond.
Yep.
Getting my stuff off.
Yeah,
And that blood stain was still on the tree for like a few days.
it's gone now. I'm
It's
pretty
gone
sure.
now.
Oh, yeah, it's completely gone. It was gone within the
Excuse
week.
me.
Yeah, because then it rained.
Because then it rained.
Yeah. It rained
That looked
several
really good. It
times.
was messy as hell, but it looked really good.
Yeah.
You just fucking clapped that bottle.
You know, I wonder if we could almost just fill we fill a de-weeder, a weed sprayer with
Oh, and
fake
get like
blood.
that misty blood spray kind of,
Misty
Ooh.
blood. We get the
like from
different-
American Psycho.
We get
That'd
the
be good.
different nozzles,
Oh yeah, we could do some cool shit.
because then we could just have that laying around for emergency blood spurt.
Dude, we could just make like a dumb horror movie called like Gore Snore, and it's a guy who kills people in their sleep or something. Not in like their dreams like Freddy Krueger, but like he just like goes to their house and they're sleeping, just chops them.
I was
up.
gonna say a sleepwalking axe murderer.
Oh, you want to call it Gore Snore?
Maybe.
Or Snore Gore, which sounds better.
Snore gore. I
Snore
don't- well,
Gore.
that-
2025 Snore Gore. It's
That's
gonna be at
a-
the Sundance Film Festival. That'd be sick.
working title.
Working title.
That's just a really good idea.
Snore Gore. Hell yeah.
All right.
Sounds like a sci-fi character a little bit.
Kind of.
But yeah, Tommy Safari was a lot of fun to make, despite issues with technical stuff. That some of it just wasn't in control. Just
Yeah.
shit happens. But that was probably one of my favorite videos. Not only to kind of write, but also just directing. Like, I think the camera work in that video is
Incredible.
really good.
I agree.
I pretty much just wanted to get like a lot of like perspective shots. And
It's good practice
I
too.
did do a lot of I suggested a lot of
yeah.
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
The whole like you walking in, looking at the robot, like that little cove
Oh,
was
yeah,
like
yeah.
perfect.
It was really good. I'd take walks in there.
Legit
too.
straight out of, like something in like Indiana Jones, like where he finds like the perfect little spot for an artifact. It's just like
Yeah.
awesome.
As
We'll
it-
definitely
as it's
film
just
there
laying
more
out in the
for
open.
sure.
Filmed on location.
Oh yeah.
Oh, just something to talk about with those robots. whenever you drop them or they fall over, that head blinks off so satisfyingly every single
Yeah,
time.
like we
Very
got it in
funny.
the video.
It is so hilarious.
I added like the Lego brick
Noise.
falling apart sound.
I squeezed it ever so slightly, or like we accidentally dropped it and just went boonk.
Yeah, it comes off like a cone. It's funny because he got a little cone head.
Uh,
Brungus is taking quite a beating, but he's still in pretty good shape.
but he's
I-
retired after this video for now.
He has like little scratches on him, but I think that's just from like whatever.
General use.
Yeah, because Ruby hates Brungus.
So the other thing
It's
is
the same color.
that I was thinking of
It is, yeah.
rivalry. So
My rival.
back to the Tommy Safari, like putting the nail in the coffin for old plot threads and characters. Who else do you think could fit the bill for characters that he could kill off hypothetically if we decided to
Tommy
go that?
Safari.
Yeah.
That's a good question. I don't want to spoil anything because in case we use anything that I say from this. As far as characters, I'd even want considered killed off. I mean, I'm some of the ones like Mike dying in Goodbye Michael, like that doesn't like definitively mean he's gonna be gone.
Was a matter of circumstance.
He's gonna come back and like he's gonna come back when he's Wilson Steele in future stuff for HSPD. Like he's gonna keep that role, but as far as like main stuff, he's an hour or 2 hours away. Like we don't know, and he's always working now, like third shift or whatever. So it's like we don't always get him to come here or whatever. If we end up going by him someday and visiting, and we might film something, but that's at whatever date. But as far as characters currently that we can even kill off, I don't even know. One, I don't want to spoil anything if I do anything that I say here, and two,
a lot of these characters had their stories or their lives concluded.
Yeah, like I just wanted to kill out Bob Ruggles, not because I disliked the character. I just thought it was very fitting. He breaks out of jail. Someone from the HSPD actually does something effective for once. Like Jones is like not. Jones is actually like not that dumb in this video. Besides just him missing because he's got a dinky little pistol, but Tommy Safari had the fucking crazy epic rifle. Almost one shots Bob Brungus.
Which side note, love that shot too, where his hat flies off.
That was complete coincidence.
Yeah,
too.
it looked really funny.
The only other thing,
it was like literally out of like a Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
Yeah, my mild regret for Tommy Safari is because he started calling himself Tommy Safami partway through the video, which is funny. I kind of wish he called himself Tommy Salami at least once to hint at his true identity.
Yeah, that'd have been good too.
Especially in that redubbed line, because with the audio issues when he had to redub that line, that was the last time he said Tommy Safami. He's like, I'm Tommy Safami. And so I'm thinking that would have been the good time for him to say Tommy Salami, so he could reveal that he's Tony
Baloney.
Baloney.
My Tommy Safami secret weapon.
I mean,
he could have said salami there.
True. But that line didn't need to be redubbed.
That's fine.
Oh, well. That was just like a little minor regret.
I think just the fact that, like, me recognizing him off the bat, shaking hands, was, like, enough. Like, just that suspicion, like, the whole close-up.
Yeah.
With our
we did cut out the original thing where it flashed up a picture of
Yeah,
Tony
I just thought it was
Baloney.
too much. Like, I think
obvious.
I think they get it. Like, it's him. But, yeah, Tony Baloney, Tommy Safari, definitely gonna be in more stuff. I have really cool plans for your character in the future, Tommy. I told you the ideas I have. I don't want to spoil anything because it's like pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is that there will be more duos than you think in the
Dungeon
HSP.
Duos, Mario Party 4, whatever the fuck was that Mario Party
Is it
4?
I think it might be, but
best mini game in the
more
series.
duos coming up and more just like characters kind of changing more than you would expect.
Yeah, we got big plans.
It's gonna be really exciting. More action oriented, I think, in the future too. I mean, obviously, there's gonna be dumb shit, funny, whatever.
It's kind of how we operate.
But
really.
like, funny with like, oh, that was actually kind of impressive for what their budget is. Like,
yeah, which is minimal.
Yeah, so we'll have
put the middle class in middle class clowns
for real. But I guess going off videos now, what is your guys' like favorite video you've ever filmed? For middle class clowns, I'm not gonna say every video because I think a lot of us would probably say the same thing. Maybe one of my favorites is Ian on the Street 5.
That's still
like ingrained in my memory.
Yeah, that was a great day.
Well, I can't even remember what that one was.
Bowling, the first bowling video.
When Dean breaks his foot.
Jesus, and then that was the first time we called you Tony in a video.
Yep, and then the rock paper scissors tournament at McDonald's.
I'm trying to think what else.
I still have to keep throwing Ian under the bus for when he had to jog because that was just such a funny.
Fuck off!
Oh my god, that's a deep cut.
It was just so funny.
I mean, it was funny.
That was a great video. Just like
you saw me by the end of when I was jogging. I was literally jogging myself sick. I had to.
Yeah,
it was the worst.
That was a weird day.
I don't know why that was a weird couple of months, but. Besides the point.
Favorite middle class clown video for me to
W
film.
Tooster. It was mine.
W Tooster's your favorite?
Probably. Because I think it was just the positive reception people gave me on the costume.
Yeah.
Yeah, that trench coat was entirely me.
Yeah, I love that.
Everyone,
Love the
basically
trench
all
coat.
like pieced together that whole.
Because Cody brought the hat, you got the mustache and the eye mask.
Yep.
And the tax forms, and then Tommy brought. I think the main piece is the trench coat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that literally encompasses everything about that character.
But I do think the hat also really made the character. Special shout out to Cody with that hat because I seriously love that hat.
We're gonna have that shit like archive. We'll have a mannequin with the W Tooster outfit on. That'd be awesome.
And you just we do like a teaser trailer for like another W Tooster related project.
You're like
and
a blacksmith like hammering shit, and you look over and it's just your costume.
I look over at the mannequin and it's my costume. It's
you know
time.
My favorite part of like my favorite videos have been No You Hang Up.
That's a good one.
Just all the takes and like setting all
every
the stuff
different thing.
The videos is like, are they on drugs?
It was
No.
probably the weirdest video out there.
The talking to the wall with the paint drying.
Soon you'll be dry.
Okay, I'm supposed to paint dry.
The different Kyler's phones getting progressively bigger and mine getting progressively smaller.
Yeah. You literally rip open a Mountain Dew can and pull out a PS1 memory card, and then that leads to the whole putting it in the multi-tap and Kyler goes, oh.
That's a fever dream.
It literally is just a fever dream. There's like no like completion feeling to that ending. It's just like, what the fuck did they do?
Except for Kyler.
Oh yeah, Kyler completed.
Jesus.
He had the e-reader on his phone like perfectly.
What a great event there.
W Tooster was fun, though. For the rest of it, I kind of just got dragged along.
Yeah, just because your character wasn't really in it at the end, but.
Yeah.
I do think like some of the camera work in W Tooster was really great. I think my favorite shot, it's a minor one, but when I'm looking out of the window of the back door of my house,
it focuses on us.
It focuses on you and I slam the curtain.
Oh yeah, that was really good. Also,
that and Mike screaming the W Tooster with the gas.
Into the Walmart with the camera like very low to the ground.
That was a good one. And Mike gasping and screaming the W Tooster. Freeze! And then
out to the Walmart employees.
They were all really cool.
I was so happy.
There was the old guy who's like, "Oh, I can get out of your way."
Filming a Tic Tac?
The other old guy is like, "You got all the." I'm trying to think who else like talked about my costume. There was the younger guy. There was the family.
Remember?
There was the grandpa.
Tito.
That
Please take a shower.
That sticker, it's still there. It's just like really faded now.
Yeah, weather damage.
Should we stick a watch Tommy Safari next to it?
Dude. Good.
You could.
Be awesome.
Yeah.
Vandalism isn't cool.
Vandalism's rad as fuck, dude.
Except when you're doing it for advertising.
Oh yeah, true. Tito. You're advertising Tito's like Joe Rogan podcast. the Tito experience.
I don't know who from. Who is Tito?
I don't know.
I mean, he's just like a guy. I don't even think he works at the Walmart.
Unless he does, and it's like some weird inside joke.
It's definitely an inside joke.
I don't know if he works at the Walmart or not. It's the thing.
Probably not, because I don't even know if Kyler recognized
it's like his favorite parking spot, or like he works the cart returns.
Then somebody stuck that there just to fuck
you get the
with him.
special parking spot at places.
He gets to park his bike in the cart return.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Hey, Tommy, make sure your mic's in front of your mouth. It might like get some of your side audio.
But
I think my favorite. I mean, W Tooster and Tommy Safari were great because like I got to do like good camera work in that one, and just being in those are fun. I kind of play like the normal guy in those videos, but
yeah,
I'm fine with that. Yeah, I can play like a normal dude pretty well, but I think Jones later on is going to become like a really good character.
Yeah,
and I'm really mad I can't talk about what I want to do with him.
Yeah, we have big stuff in store.
And
it's gonna be
Cody's
great.
Gonna get involved too. I'll explain off
it'll
podcast what I'm having him do.
Better.
Everyone's gonna get a shot in the HSPD verse.
Why not? Yeah, it's part of the fun. And that's the other thing about middle class clowns. It's like whoever wants to be involved gets involved. We find a spot for
find a role for anybody.
We find a spot for anybody.
But
real professional, man. Real professional.
We're all professional here. Yeah, you know. Frankly,
there's literally a shot of you pissing for 10 seconds in the new video.
Hey,
I can't believe you put that in.
Dude, it's called edgy content. Even though like,
oh yeah, speaking of like
YouTubers do like super mega like film themselves in urinals like rubbing each other and shit. Ryan shitting on the back of a toilet. That wasn't shown, but like that was talked about multiple times. You can do whatever.
Yeah.
Who cares?
As long as you don't break the community, like as long as your dick was in frame, you're good.
No, we're good.
Yeah.
I told you about how I had the Ouya on my hands at Target for $25, right?
Wow.
Right, they had it on clearance. It was $24.99. That was when Razer bought their operating system and they got discontinued. They were just getting rid of the Ouya. I had it in my hands at Target. I was with my mom, I think. I'm like, all right, I'm getting an Ouya. Let's go. I'm going to get whatever I can on this thing. I got halfway through the store, went, I'm probably not playing this, and I turned my ass around and put that down.
Good move.
Yeah.
Here's a picture of
that was a
the Anki
big
Overdrive.
deal. Everyone talks about the Ouya, though. But that's all.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I got to say on the Ouya.
Thinking about, games and tech toys. Going on a nostalgia trip and I was watching Air Hogs. I remember having my dad and
I used to play with Air Hogs helicopters in the store I used to work at. I used to work at a pool store. We'd fly it around because there was so much open space.
Vectron Wave, that's what it was called.
There was this little Greenfield Hobby. It was such a great little shop, but they didn't get a lot of sales. They had so many like little HO trains and other things. They had Wooden Thomas the Train.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I remember going there. I think we got a train table from there when I was a kid.
They're sadly the building's gone through like several different owners now, and nobody's really claimed the spot. Like not even Hobby Lobby like fills the niche that it had. But me and my dad, I got a little like yellow B RC plane. Didn't have any control surfaces or anything. It was just a twin motor plane, and I beat the hell out of that thing. Like crashed it so many times. We ran through disposable wings like crazy.
Speaking of like hobby stuff, we were just in Greenfield. So I was running errands for like getting games and shit. We passed by where Games Workshop was. Is it just called Warhammer now?
No, I don't think so.
I didn't see Games Workshop in that store. There was just
we saw a sweaty nerd walk out of there.
Yeah, there was just a store that was called Warhammer. Is that Games Workshop now?
That is interesting. I wonder if they changed the sign to just not confuse people as much.
That's like if Nintendo. That's like if Microsoft made a store just called Xbox. And then this is what we had. They come in.
I guess
it looked like
but
the same logo.
But they still sell the same.
Well, was it like a grayish blue sign?
No,
it was just white.
It was just black and white.
I know when the Games Workshop used to have like their actual logo
with the gear.
I guess maybe it's just not to confuse people anymore.
But I mean, are they allowed to do that? Just change the name of their sign to Warhammer?
They make Warhammer.
Games Workshop actually makes Warhammer.
They have only been focusing on Warhammer for the longest time now. So
what is kind of
do they make?
It's kind of weird.
Blood Bowl? Do they make Blood Bowl?
Blood Bowl, but it's kind of an offshoot. It's just like this meme thing they started. They have Age of Sigmar, which is fantasy. The company started off way back when D&D was a thing.
Yeah,
they've
had games on there since like the 80s and
it was a role playing system, and it was they released like White Dwarf magazine and stuff, and eventually they switched over to tabletop gaming, and then they went to sci-fi, and some of the old models are really
By
weird.
the way, speaking of D&D, isn't it still like crazy that like the people that created that are from Lake Geneva?
Yeah.
And like it's like one of the biggest like phenomena. Well, yeah, there's a spot in downtown Lake Geneva
where you go and
get
your
your
dice blessed.
From the creators, because I think one of them passed away a few years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can get your dice blessed. And people actually, when Kyler and I were in Lake Geneva a few weeks ago, we went to the comic shop, Comic Alley. I saw like 8 people like surrounded. They had all their little dice, and they're like, "All right, here you go." And then they threw it on there.
Goobers. No offense, guys. I mean, you guys are happy.
That's still crazy to me, though, right? Like,
I just never could muster up the imagination to enjoy D&D.
But yeah, TSR marketing. They also made Dragon Strike, which is like an offshoot of D&D.
You be the elf, and you be the thief,
and
you be the wizard.
I burned the video onto a DVD.
That was so much fun.
And we put Gauntlet music on it.
But the default music was Christmas.
There's though I do really want to play more D&D.
I've never played, but
no.
I wish. I mean, I could probably run a game. I just don't know.
I don't see myself liking it.
it takes some time to get used to, but there's nothing else that I've ever found that can match the feel, like the amount of options that you can open up by playing D&D.
That's just crazy too. A lot of like role playing games literally just like base themselves off D&D. Like that was like literally the blueprint.
It's like the golden formula.
Yeah, pen and paper RPG. There you go.
Now we're a bunch of devil worshippers.
And now you have Hero Quest. Well, not now. They brought it back, but you have games like that where it's like D&D, but it's like already predetermined. Characters already made pretty much. You can name them, but like as far as stats and stuff, it's already predetermined for you. You basically just have like a guy who's usually would be like the Dragon Master,
like overseeing the world.
But now he's just like kind of like the enemy spawner, and he like opens up stuff for you as you walk along the map.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of cool how like that was created so close to us. It's just sick. I'm not into D&D. I'd maybe like to try it maybe someday, but it's still like
I do have.
It's still really cool to me how like how much cool shit has been like made.
Like I got friends who like it.
Meanwhile, we're only known for the place with cheese.
Hey, you know what? Cheese is sick. I don't care. We gotta go to Mars Cheese Castle.
That'd be a fun video.
That's such a cool place.
We gotta go to Bristol. We should actively dress up and like do a video and.
The Renaissance
Fair.
Yeah.
The boys get medieval. That's another good super mega video.
Could be funny.
The Ren Fair. That was fun.
I
was probably like the least dressed appropriate I could have ever been for an event ever. I had a Supreme hat on, a polo shirt, and my blueberry fucking shorts. I pulled up in a Supreme hat. Everyone's like wearing fucking like tunics and shit.
Saw a lot of links and a couple of furries last time I went
there.
to. Saw a lot of links and a couple furries last time I was at the Ren Fair.
Call out to that
there were a couple Geralts or Geralts.
That's
Witcher.
Cool. Oh, the Loki, the Renaissance Fair Loki.
There was
a Loki.
Yeah.
Cool.
That was pretty. I love how it was actually they shouted out to Wisconsin too in the show.
That's the thing. If I'm gonna go to the Ren Fair next time, I probably would actually want to dress up.
Yeah, I want to get more in shape in order to like get stuff that would fit me later.
Hey, you're losing weight. Just keep running. You just been doing that, right?
Yeah, I've been running on Fridays.
Running burns hella fast.
Big shout out to Tommy.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Ooh. I think going in the fall is the best idea, just because of you want to do it in the summer because it's warmer, you know. But like in fall, that's like perfect weather.
Especially if you're gonna be dressing up.
Yeah.
You don't want to sweat like
Although
hot.
If you're dressing up,
Nothing more embarrassing than sweating at the Ren Fair. Am I right, fellas?
If you're if you go, thing is it's weird because if you're going as like a peasant or something or a plebeian, you're just gonna have the really flowy clothes.
Yeah, dude. But shout out the Ren Fair. That's where I discovered Dole lemonade. It's really good.
What?
At the drinks section or drink stand, they had lemonade and it was Dole. I'm like, oh,
only thing I remember.
This shit is delicious.
I love how I like walked away from everybody. Like I just peeled off.
And you pulled up with you pulled up a fucking sword.
Pulled up with a $600 sword.
Jesus.
How often do you use that?
I haven't used it at all in a while.
I hope not. That'd be on your criminal record.
I have a bunch of milk jugs ready to be filled up with water.
Some iconic water jug slashing.
We should actually make a video where we
fun.
cut water jugs with it.
Dude, we could that'd actually be funny.
We cut Bob Brungus in half to truly finish him off.
Holy
for good.
shit, that'd be metal.
That'd be metal as hell, but it'd be a total waste of your money.
You might you might want to do that with an axe.
Oh yeah, true.
I do need to remount an axe head, and I do want to build a forge. I've got most of the parts.
That's metal as hell.
Yeah,
literally.
Wasn't trying to make a pun there.
Every part. I've even got a leg vise.
Leg vise.
It's a vise that has a leg.